Hey, welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and on this show I have Philip and Sheri Blunk all the way from Sherwood, Arkansas, Impact Church. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm your host, Perry Black. And on this show, we're right here at our new Second Chance Youth Ranch Connect Center in the community of Benton, Arkansas. And I have two very special guests that I've known since they were small baby children. Not really. I haven't known them quite that long. But I have Philip and Sheri Blunk, all the way from Sherwood, Arkansas. Is that where y'all from?
North Little Rock, Sherwood, McCain Mall area.
Oh, well, that's the same thing. That's pretty much what I said, Philip. So,
to be specific.
Philip is a pastor, former youth pastor. Sheri is a pastor's wife and a former youth member in my youth ministry at Agape Church way back with Moses and Joshua back in the 1980s. She was actually on my praise team, and we traveled together with our youth praise band in Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Arkansas doing youth rallies, and then I would get to speak to the adults as well, and Sheri was one of our singers. And so we've known each other a long time. How old were you when you actually started coming to Agape at about 1986?
15 years old.
15, so we're not doing the math.
1983.
And Philip, what did you do before you came to Agape? Because you worked at Agape before you became the youth minister. What did you do?
Before I came to Agape, I was lost and going to hell. That's what I was doing. Yes.
I feel a witness, my brother.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and then you started coming to Agape about what year?
Early 91.
Yeah, that was after I had already left, started traveling full-time in ministry, and actually had started a family church in Bryant.
Right.
And you came on originally maybe working in grounds and maintenance, is that right, if I recall?
That's it, yes.
How long did you do that? Because back then, Alan Anglin was probably the youth pastor.
Robert Irons, then Alan came on board in 93. But I started in the grounds department, did that for about 4 years.
He that's faithful in little shall be given what? Much.
Yes.
So, and I've watched your journey a little bit as you've traveled that way. You know, Sheri, were you ever lost? Philip was lost.
Oh, yes. Incredibly lost.
I wasn't. I've been saved since I was a baby. Not really. I was bad lost. I asked Lonnie Bolden. Y'all remember Lonnie?
Absolutely.
Lonnie and Lord.
Yeah.
And I asked Lonnie one time about when he came to know the Lord. He looked at me because he took over my position in shipping and receiving whenever I became office manager at Agape. And Lonnie looked at me. He said, "Oh, Brother P, I've always been this way." Because his family is the heritage of faith. You know, he grew up in the faith, singing and all that kind of stuff. And then later became missionaries in UK, I believe, which is trepidous. Is that a word? Dangerous thing to do. They just arrested a minister in the UK for preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
Crazy. What a crazy world. So you were lost?
Yes, very.
Well, tell me how you came to faith real quick.
Oh, goodness. The
you
80s.
Don't have to tell me the gory stuff. Tell me the good news.
80s was my decade, so 14 to 24, I was just living wild and out of control. And
where was that? In Little Rock?
In Little Rock, West Little Rock area, the nightclubs, the drugs.
Where'd you go to high school?
Scene, Catholic High.
And you were living wild? What's the matter with you? Burn a candle.
Out of control, right? Burned them all. But gloriously met Jesus Wednesday, September 12th, 1990 at 1:37 in the afternoon.
December the 12th of 1990, we started Family Church.
September 12th, 1990.
We started Family Church Father's Day, June the 20th of 1990, before you even got saved.
Wow.
You may have been the reason God called me to start a church.
Man.
To win the lost.
Yeah, it was beautiful, and the Lord just gave me the love I was looking for and filled my heart with His compassion and love. I see your sign, whatever breaks your heart, God's created you to fix, and you know.
All right, I've got a question, Sheri Blunk. Why in the world would a young lady in my youth department fall in love with a radical, wild man?
Yeah, well, I met him.
Obviously got radically saved.
He did, yes. I met him at church.
Yeah.
So we,
And assumed that he loved Jesus.
yes, assume that he did at that time.
Yeah.
I
But
still
yeah,
do.
it's wild. That's where we met, is in church.
Yeah.
And he
When was that? When
early
did y'all?
90s.
So y'all
Early
started dating
90s,
shortly after you
91.
gave your life to the
Shortly,
Lord?
yeah, I asked the Lord, when the time's right, show me my future spouse. I don't even want to date a Christian girlfriend. I'm just so content in Jesus. When the time's right, show me. Carol Posey comes out, let's worship the Lord. And my friend is like, look at these hot girls over here. I'm like, dude, shut up, man. We're standing up to worship the Lord. And of course, I gave it the hands up and the side look like that.
Yeah.
And when I saw her, it wasn't, of course, she's beautiful, but the roof opened, the doves flew in, the angels sang, it got bright, and I was undone, and the rest is history.
And you've been radically saved now for 30...
Going on 36 years.
36 years.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing.
September.
How long y'all been married?
Going on
Almost
35.
35. Y'all didn't date very long.
No.
Why didn't you call me? I could have told you about this kind of thing. But
We
you,
didn't
vetted
date
me.
very long.
now, after a season at Agape, y'all moved, because well, let me just back up my question here. We'll come back to that later. You've been all about, ever since I've known you, you've been all about reaching the radically lost.
Yeah.
Give me 60 seconds of what that's all about. You're always out trying to reach the headbangers.
Yeah.
So,
Gangbangers, drug addicts, man. Jesus said launch out into the deep. For so long the church fishes in shallow water, and we always have a heart for people that aren't coming to our churches. It doesn't matter what we do to draw people. They're not coming. We have to go out, find them, and compel them to come into the kingdom.
Jesus said, come unto me, but unto us, he told us to do what? Go.
Go.
And the church is the worst about just giving invitations rather than answering the call and reaching out. I had a young man came to me, it's been probably 10 years ago, in our main auditorium, and he said, am I welcome here? I said, well, of course you're welcome here. Why would you ask? He said, well, I was just asked to leave my previous church where I've been. And I said, why? He said, because I have tattoos and piercings. Now, I joke about that. Jesus was pierced, so I don't have to be.
Right.
But the church, and I told you this years ago, because you talked to me about doing a big event downtown. I said, but Philip, you get a bunch of headbangers saved, where are they going to attend church?
Yeah.
Because the church has not been very welcoming to that group of people. So we're going to take a break, get to know y'all a little bit better, talk about your church in Sherwood, North Little Rock, over by McCain Mall, and we'll be right back with Philip and Sheri.
Hi there. I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about Arkansas Christian Academy. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Our name is Arkansas Christian Academy, but most of us just say ACA around here. Our mascot is this guy. Go Knights! Founded in 2001, ACA has grown from only a few classes to having classes in pre-K all the way through 12th grade. As far as class sizes go, we are smaller on average across the board, and we use this to challenge our students academically and individually on a personal level, learning through the lens of God's Word in every subject and growing a personal relationship with Him through our amazing staff and in our daily chapel classes. For a full breakdown, check out our website at archristian.org, and feel free to explore other aspects of our school while you're there. Now, let's go outside. Our still growing campus sits right off I-30 and is protected by gates and doors with magnetic locks, only accessible by faculty and staff. We also have these guys here every day. But seriously though, safety is a priority here at ACA, as we want to ensure not only a quality education, but an environment where learning can flourish without fear or other outside distractions. Now, let's move on to the fun stuff. Here's a shot of our football field, a playground, some kids, another playground, our main gym, a football field again, and this is our brand new middle school. What else?
What about extracurricular activities?
That's right, here at ACA, we offer all different kinds of sports, but that's just the beginning. We have a broadcasting class, spoiler alert, it's really cool, a music and worship program, theater, and a thriving art program complete with a very active yearbook committee.
Wow.
There you have it. Schedule a tour today and find out what all the buzz is about at Arkansas Christian Academy.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm your host, Perry Black, and if you're just joining us, where you been? It's only 11:15 at night. So Philip Blunk and his lovely wife, in his own words, Sheri, who I've known for years and years. I've known him since about 1990 plus, and known Sheri since about 1985 or 6.
4.
She doesn't look that old. I do, but she doesn't. And Sheri was in my worship band, and we traveled and did youth rallies and, of course, summer camps and conferences, all kinds of stuff. And somewhere along the line, this sinner named Philip started coming to Agape Church in West Little Rock, gave his life to the Lord, and then y'all started dating, and you've been married now 35 years.
Yeah.
Going on.
Did I summarize your life?
You did well.
You did well.
Sheri, tell me, you grew up, what, a sinner?
I did not grow up in church.
Where did you go to school?
I went to McClellan, actually.
Yeah.
McClellan
You know,
High School.
that my wife graduated McClellan, and they tore McClellan down last year.
They did,
And built
yeah.
a new school out there in Southwest Little Rock, my old stomping grounds. I did not realize you went to McClellan. Well, yes, I did, because you were friends with Mark Yount and all the
Yes,
students
yes.
from Agape
Yep.
in my youth department. How did you come to know Agape Church, where I obviously come to know you as one of my...
Yeah. So when I got born again at a Baptist youth retreat on a weekend.
Yeah.
And I instantly was friends with Mark Yount, of course. And Mark kept inviting me to Agape, and my mom was like, no, it's a cult.
Yeah, we hear
And
that.
we hear it.
But Mark was in my youth ministry and my youth band as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me tell you this. When Agape was small in the storefront, I started leading songs with my G, C, D on my
Yes.
guitar. I call
Yes.
it, I don't play the guitar, I torture it. And I said, I'm just going to go and lead these 15 young people in worship, whether they like me or it or not. And Mark came up and he said, do you mind if I come up and help you sing? I said, please. Then I had another guy named Mark Jones that came up and said, I've been taking guitar lessons. May I help you? I said, please. And that developed eventually the youth band that you joined shortly after you came to the church, born again, fired up for Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
So tell me more.
Yeah, so when I got born again and my mom said I couldn't come, I just started praying for her.
Yeah.
And praying that God would lead me to the right place. Well, eventually my mom got born again.
Yeah.
And when she did, she was like, hey, the lady who led her to the Lord went to Agape.
There you go.
And she said, please, yes, go to
Let's
Agape.
do it.
And so we did. And on the first day, I met Eric Castellon and Bram Rellette. And they were like, you got to get into On Fire Youth. And so that's exactly what happened.
Oh, I got stories now. Eric Castellon and Rob and Brian, off the chain, off the
Yes.
hook, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
They're witnessing. Their parents come to me and said, Brother Perry, I tell the boys they need to be home at 11, and they're still out there at 11:30 and midnight witnessing people at Breckenridge Shopping Center.
Absolutely.
And I said, guys, y'all have to submit to your parents. Well, they're there at Breckenridge Shopping Center witnessing, and the payphone rings. And Rob, I think it was Rob answered the phone. Yes, hello. And this lady said, I'm trying to reach Billy or something. And she said, well, or some young man's on the phone and said, I'm trying to get a hold of Billy. And he said, well, you got a payphone. Hold on. Here, Eric, hold on. Here. Hands the phone to Eric. And Eric says, let me ask you a question. This is the wrong number, but do you know Jesus? The guy says, no. He said, would you like to? He said, yes. And led him to the Lord on a wrong number on the payphone at Breckenridge Shopping Center.
Let's
I was
go.
there every Friday night.
Those guys,
Every Friday night.
those guys, they were on fire for Jesus.
Yeah.
I had to call them in. Well, I didn't call them in. I called them to me. I said, listen, y'all need to tamper that flame a little bit. You're scorching the rest of the youth. You scorch it. Just turn it down so they want to come to the warmth. Yeah, they were on fire.
You had a hot crowd, though.
I did.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
hot
Yeah.
crowd.
We had a, in the words of Philip, we had some radically saved, fired up young people in the late 1980s. A few of which somebody may be flipping channels there in that hotel or right there in their home. Living Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce and Lance and
DJ.
Darren, DJ,
Jason.
those guys. And I'm going to tell the whole audience, I'm going to tell y'all may not know this. I just told Lance this the other day. I've traveled nationally, and those guys, those head-banging Jesus, we love you, Jesus, which freaks Christians out, you know. And those guys, faithfully, more faithful than many spiritual leaders that I'm personal friends with. They were more faithful with their $5 a month supporting this minister than many higher profile pastors and leaders. Every month, $5. Every month, $10. Every month. So I'm going to tell you folks, This ministry is a result of some head-banging Jesus freaks like these two pastors right here who love God, love sinners, and stand against sin that brings forth death. You guys have a church. We got, I don't know how much time we have left in this segment. Somebody's going to give me a signal here in a minute. So tell me, what's the name of your church?
It's Impact Church.
Impact Church. And it's located in Sherwood, North Little Rock. On Interstate
5500 Landers Road, right between Mardell and Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, right there on the interstate, so to speak. And y'all been pastoring that for how long as pastors?
Almost 2 years now, coming up.
Prior to that, Terry and Kim Nance were the founding pastors?
And we'd been with them since 2014, and obviously knew them decades ago at Agape Church.
Terry and Kim, man, that Kim Nance can sing the wallpaper off the wall. Why keep taking water to the desert or something like that? One of my favorite songs she ever sang. These people are impact people. And the reason they're on this show is because every year for the last few years, they've been coming and supporting Second Chance Youth Ranch, helping solve the foster care crisis. There is a crisis across the nation and right here in the state of Arkansas, fostering, mentoring, and adopting. And that's why Victory Television Network and we are connected together to remind our viewers that working together, we can change this world. We're going to take a break. Be right back.
Even though we're young, we've been through so much, and that's every kid in foster care. Even if it's your first month, like, you go through so much. There's so much trauma. Now, like, that I went through things and experienced things, I feel like I gained more wisdom, and, like, I know more things now.
My name is Charles. I'm 14.
My name is Kaylee, and I am 14.
What I love about my sister is she kind, she nice, she understands what I'm going through, and she try to build the relationship between me and everyone else. And she don't just do it just to do it. She do it because she try to make everything better, no matter if it's something better, because she make it feel like it's for the better.
What I love about my brother is, first, he's my twin. He a good person to laugh with. He there, like, if you need him. And, like, another thing is, like, having a twin that can feel when you're going through something. Like, soon when he go through something, I can feel it. Like, and I know, so I just pray. But, yeah, I like everything about my brother. He a cool person. My favorite thing about school, everything. I like basketball, I like track, I like dance, step, I like everything about it. Even at work, at first I didn't because I wasn't challenged, but now I'm getting challenged, so it's better.
The only thing that I like about school is math and football. I like math because to some people it's hard, and to some people it's easy. And I feel like it's a good challenge for me.
I'm going to college, LSU.
I want to go to college too, UCA.
I want to be an entrepreneur, have my own business, cosmetologist.
My favorite team is Kansas City, and I want to play with them when I get out of college. Wide receiver and defensive lineman. I want us to be adopted because before we got in foster care, it was hard for us to get along. And now that we actually got in foster care, we've been getting along more than what we usually do. So I feel like getting us adopted together or getting some of our family members to get adopted with us is actually better than nothing.
I feel like it's good for us to be adopted together because first we twins. And being away from each other gonna be hard. And he was right on the other part, like us being separated, like you being separated from a person that you love, like it brings you closer. I feel like if he by himself, then that means he ain't gonna have nobody to protect him. Because like even though he a person for himself and I'm a person for myself, there's always gonna be one person that's gonna be there for you. I just wanna be there for him. it's not nobody better than having a family. Because without a family, you by yourself. Because if you really think about it, ain't nobody else gonna be there for you how your family is. People tell you they love you, they care for you, but at the end of the day, only people that are gonna be actually there is the people that know you, see you at your worst, your best, hard times, and lows. Like, only people gonna be there for you. Like, the family I would be looking for is a guy, like someone who believes in God, clean, respectful, listen to my boundaries.
I'm looking for a family that love me for who I am, take care of me, make sure that I do everything that I need for me to stay on the right track. If we was together again, it would be peace and harmony. When you know that someone is going to be there from now and forever, you can know that they'll actually do something for you no matter what.
Hey, welcome back. Guys, we just came back from Project Zero, Christy Irwin, that beautiful, beautiful ministry of being able to show our viewers, with the cooperation of Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS, children that are praying and believing God for a forever family. You guys have a family. How many kids you got?
3.
And how old are they?
They're all adults, 34, 30, and 23.
So you say they're adults, you mean by age? Are
In
they
training, they're adults in training.
Yeah, they're always our children. And a beautiful family. You guys are living testimony of the saving grace of Jesus Christ. And just take somebody who's radically lost. Jesus is a master. Now, Sheri, you were lost like all of us start out, but you weren't radically lost. You were just plain old lost. This guy was in the wilderness. Yeah. And someone like Living Sacrifice, when you give your life to the Lord, God uses them to really connect. What is that phrase I have on this board over here you quoted earlier? You remember?
What breaks your heart is what God's created you to fix.
Yeah, that's a quote that's attributed to me, but that's really based on a Christian song. What moves us is a revelation of God's purpose within us. Yes. And y'all have a real heart for the broken, the busted, disgusted, the discouraged. When God told me to start Family Church, He gave me a verse out of Samuel speaking to David. He would give him 400 mighty men of valor that would be discouraged, discontent, and in debt. And God said, that's what I'm going to use you to reach. And He said, I want you to get them encouraged and out of debt and in contentment. Paul said, I've learned to be content in whatever state I'm in. So you guys have a wonderful ministry over there that you've taken over from Pastor Terry and Kim Nance. They're doing more traveling and podcasting, and dear friends of ours over the decades. And tell me a little bit about Impact Church and the impact Jesus has used in your lives and in your family and ministry.
Well, it's just such a blessing, just serving them and being there at the church since 2014 and knowing them for years past. And, we just saw the hand of God moving, that He would open up for Pastor Terry to go back into more armor bearer related things. And we knew that we were going to step into that place. And it's been amazing. It's always been an outreach church. Pastor Terry always afforded us. We've done concerts in there, comedy nights, food drives, any type of outreach you can think of. And
all right, let's explain for viewers that they know where Sam's is, but I've looked for that church. Your church doesn't look like a church.
No.
It looks like an old Tudor
Swedish village.
Yeah, Swedish village. So explain where it is exactly. You got Landers, your area, and then Sam's, kind of, sort of?
Yep. So you pass McCain Mall on the left. It's the next exit on the
heading
Trammell
toward
Road.
Jacksonville.
Yes, heading towards Jacksonville, the Trammell Road exit. Yeah. You'll pass Mardell's. Right behind it is the Tudor Village. It's a carpet center. Yeah. And we're in the back corner there.
So if you're looking for a church that doesn't look like a church or act like a church, but functions as the church.
Yes. Yeah.
Would that be y'all?
That's us.
All right, tell me about that.
Great description.
What's the vision of Impact Church?
Well,
what's your mission statement?
Our mission statement is a house of revival, a house of discipleship built on a culture of love. And of course, that love, as Jesus said, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. So that's the end goal, is to disciple and raise up Christ followers who will then reach others and love them and disciple them.
And beyond Impact Church, you're also a coordinator for this group that many people may know, and that's this thing called Amplify, that in June of 2026, another mega event where people come from all over the United States to Benton, Arkansas, 10 minutes from here. So tell me a little bit about what is your connection with Amplify? What's your responsibility as a church coordinator of some kind?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm blessed to be the church and community relations coordinator for the festival, just mobilizing churches. I like to quote Jesus' prayer in John 17:20-23. He's mobilizing us to reach multitudes, right? Yeah. We can be an Acts 1:8 and reach the one, but when his body comes together in and over a city of which Saline County has modeled beautifully, Family Church, New Life Church, Holland Chapel, all the churches coming together to bring this free outreach to draw in people they can hear the gospel.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan, I don't think he coined the phrase, but I think he repeated the phrase, and that is, it's amazing what can be accomplished when no one cares who gets the credit. Mm-hmm. People ask me all the time about credit. I said, I don't take credit for anything. I only take cash, cold hard cash. But it does take finance to accomplish. It's very expensive to do Amplify. Oh, yes. But last year in 2025, do you recall approximately how many people gave their life or rededicated their life to Jesus Christ at Amplify 2025?
Yes, so last year we had 42,000 people in attendance from 37 states, and 1,216 responded to the gospel, which was way down. Over the last 3 years, we've seen over 150,000 people from 40 plus states with over 5,000 salvations. So, and then the follow-up piece is critical, and so thankful for Family Church and pastors in your team that is just fully on board to help take those converts, those people that are newly born again, and then receive them and welcome them into the local church.
And what Amplify is doing in a roundabout way is connecting churches to preach the gospel, and then as a result of people praying those salvation prayers and prayers of rededication, is then getting those folks back connected to a local church where they can be discipled, because discipleship is the key to not really church growth, but evangelizing the world and fulfilling the gospel of Jesus Christ so he can come back and get us.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and Jesus didn't say go and make converts because it's a given. We're ministers of reconciliation, but he does want disciples. And those are those who will reach others. And just, we'll have at least one or two of your team there, and what is critical is that pastoral follow-up piece to receive those connect cards to then bring them back and follow up and get them into your church.
Yeah, so Amplify is something that goes on every year. By the time this show airs, Amplify 2026 is probably already over, but we'll be looking at Amplify 2027. But what we're looking to do right here on this set is to help you help us solve the foster care crisis in Arkansas. And working together, we can do it. So stay connected to us, pray for us, and we'll see you next week right here at 2CYR-TV. God bless.